What's up, guys? Before starting your pull-up journey, I highly recommend you invest some time and learn how to do scap pulls. Learning how to retract your scapula before you pull your body up or learn how to do a lat pull down is very important to protect your shoulders, but to also make sure that you engage your lats. To do a scap pull is very easy. Stand and reach as high as you can and let your shoulders relax and shrug on the way up. And then without bending your elbows, you're going to bring down your shoulders and then lift up and reach. Bring down your shoulders. You want to envision you're retracting down and back and then releasing. Down and back and release. Down and back and release. That is the first thing you might want to do before you start learning how to do a pull-up. You could practice that on a lat pull down, as all you're doing is the same thing, grabbing onto the bar, retract, and then you begin doing lat pull down. So it's an exercise that I highly recommend that you learn. That way you make sure that you feel the lats and that you're securing your shoulder from overextending when you start doing pull-ups on a bar. Once scap pulls become easy and you figured out how to retract your shoulder blades and it feels comfortable on your back, it's time to add some resistance. Just grab a band, loop it over a bar, get some tension on the band. Kneel down, lean forward, lock those elbows and reach. Let the band pull you and then retract back down. Repeat sets of 10 to 20 or until your mid-back starts firing up. You can also make this harder and isolate one side at a time by grabbing the band with one arm and doing the same thing. Stretching and retracting. Stretching and retracting. Once you got that down, you can move towards the lat pull down and perform the same exact thing. Lock your elbows out, pin your shoulder blades back, and retract for sets of 10 to 20 with some moderate weight. Once that's easy, it's time to start learning how to hang from a bar. And we're gonna start with simple hangs. You're gonna grab onto the bar. I would suggest thumb over the bar to try to get as much of your hand on top of the bar. If you just count on your fingertips to hold your entire weight, that's gonna be very hard and it's gonna be much more challenging than grabbing as much bar as you can. So thumb over the bar. You're gonna grab onto your bar, you're gonna let your shoulders hang, do a scap pull, and just hold that position for as long as you can. By now, you might start noticing some pain in your hands, especially if you did hangs of 10 plus seconds for sets. So I would recommend you get some chalk or some liquid chalk to make sure you don't experience too much pain. Definitely wouldn't recommend gloves. Up next, we have scap pulls from the dead hang position. So go ahead and get into your dead hang position and perform 5 to 10 scap pulls. Same thing as doing them in the air, except now you're carrying your weight up and down. So you should feel your scapula retract a lot more and those muscles fire up. Thumb over, lock your elbows, lift your feet up, shoulders down, and retract. You'll notice that you could get a lot more range here if you shoot your chest up and let your body hang slowly. Sets of 10 to 20. You could also do these from a neutral grip position or a close-handed grip position. During that entire time, make sure that your elbows are locked the entire time so that way you avoid using your biceps and you focus on your back. Once those feel good and you feel comfortable and ready and confident to start doing assisted pull-ups, find a nice band that you feel is going to be enough to help you propel yourself up and perform your first 6 assisted pull-ups. Go ahead and loop it around the bar. Make sure it's nice and snug. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna stand on a stool or a box. You're gonna grab the band from the middle and put your foot right down the middle of the band. Put all the weight on this band. From this position, you should come off the bench without having to swing. Remove the opposite leg, loop it around so that way the band doesn't come and slap you, and then perform a scap pull. And then begin your pull. Just like a lat pull down, bar to the chest. Now when you come down, don't lose the tension. Keep the scapular retraction on the whole time. Pull and stop to there. So elbows are locked, but my scapula is still turned on. After maybe a year, 2 years, if you're a freak, maybe months of training with bands, lat pull downs, single arm rows, and anything else that I would recommend that you can hit to improve your back training, your core training, and then your overall strength and fitness development, it's time to try your first unassisted pull-up. We're gonna follow the same steps that we've been going and learning throughout this whole process. We're gonna put thumbs over bar, we're gonna lock your elbows, you're gonna pin your shoulder blades back, perform a scap pull, lock your knees out, brace your core, and pull your entire body up. The whole purpose of this video was to take you from a starting point, beginner stage, all the way to your first bodyweight pull-up. Now, I know we covered this in a matter of minutes, but this might take a long time. Don't get discouraged. Train hard, eat right, feel your body to perform the way you want to perform, and then try to follow these steps. If you're already doing a full pull-up, negative pull-ups could be of great benefit. They train the eccentric part of the pull-up, which is the top to the bottom. So if you're unable to do a full pull-up, I wouldn't suggest doing this just yet. You're gonna find a box where you're gonna be able to get on top and get essentially to the very top of the pull-up without having to pull yourself up. And you're gonna control and hold at the top position and slowly bring yourself down. You're gonna get up on the box again and repeat for sets of 3 to 6 reps. I'm gonna provide a sample program in the video notes so that way you guys can see and apply and start learning some of these techniques that have helped me teach countless people perform their first pull-up. See you guys next time.